Welcome to the Algarve and specifically Albufeira. We're smack dab in the middle of the Algarve. Phenomenal location. You can be in Lisbon in 2 hours. You can be in Spain in 2 hours by car in Seville. As the Algarve has over 300 days of sunshine, and living here, I can tell you it's absolutely true. So you're not going to believe it, but you can live like this, right? You can live in Albufeira in a one-bedroom apartment. Now, not in the old city, but just outside of the city for $1,200 a month rent. Hi, I'm Glenda Cole. I actually live in this amazing country. I've been here now full-time for almost 3 years. Before that, the plan was to come in the winters only, and I did that for a few years, and then one winter I realized I don't want to go home, so I stayed. I live about 15 minutes the other side of Lagos in the Algarve, in the Western Algarve. One of the most beautiful places, I think, on earth. It's a real paradise. One beautiful thing about, of course, the Algarve and Albufeira is the climate. It is stunning. Look at this. Incredible, right? The average temperatures here in the summer are 79 degrees. The winter is a cool average of 61. It just doesn't get any better. They advertise the Algarve as over 300 days of sunshine, and living here, I can tell you it's absolutely true. And now we're on to the food. Oh my God, if you're a foodie, you are going to love this place in this country. And it's not just the Portuguese food, although it is phenomenal and the seafood is delectable. They have a special dish in the Algarve that is, they make in a covered pot. You can get it for 2 people. It's a stew, stunning. But anyway, the food at the restaurants, you can get Italian here. You can get, I love Indian is spectacular here. They have Thai. Every kind of imaginable, they have great sushi. It is an amazing country and an amazing, Albufeira is an amazing place for food. It's kind of known for that. The other thing about food is the grocery stores, right? So I tell my friends I'm eating real food. You don't realize that chickens are actually supposed to be small, right? We pump them full of something in the US, and yet eggplants are gigantic. So I'm eating real food that's the real size it's supposed to be. And I'll tell you what, without the preservatives, yes, you shop a few more times a week, but it is so delicious. Cook at home or eat out. It's amazing here. Another thing that is so important, right, is the quality of your life. And that, to me, boils down to a couple of things. Safety is critical. And you don't really realize when you live in the US, when you move to a place like this, how incredibly safe it is. I think Portugal was ranked 7th, and there's a huge survey that they do every year about safety. I think there's 162 countries. Portugal was number 7 in safety, and unfortunately the United States was 131 or 2, I believe. So you just don't understand what it's like to live in a place like this until you're here. There are no guns. It's just a beautiful feeling. You can walk out on the streets any time of day. The other thing that's important, though, of course, especially when you're retiring and falling apart as I am, is healthcare. And people say, oh yeah, it might be cheap, but is it good? And I will tell you what, my doctor here, Dr. Jo, is amazing. She's from South Africa. She speaks better English than I do. And she has found things. She found some weird thing in my eyes, ocular rosacea, that ophthalmologists in the US did not diagnose. And she's a general practitioner. So the healthcare quality has been terrific. For x-rays and other blood work, I go to the hospital nearby. It is really quality work. I've had a number of procedures done here, and they are at least as good, including the procedure I had in the Mayo Clinic in the US. It's just as good here. So if you want to move to Portugal and you're concerned about safety or your health care, don't worry about it. Another reason to move to, in spite of all this fabulousness, to move to the Algarve is the cost of living. So you're not going to believe it, but you can live like this, right? You can live in Albufeira in a one-bedroom apartment, now not in the old city, but just outside of the city for $1,200 a month rent. I have a couple of friends who live in Albufeira. They live kind of in the outskirts. We would call them suburbs, but they're not here. And they absolutely love it. One lives in a villa, one lives in an apartment, and they adore this place. Even though it has a bit of a reputation for a party city, especially in the summertime, for young people that come down here, they hang out on the Strip, they call it, which is this small place downtown. It never bothers my friends. It gets busy here in the summer, but it's very thriving. Albufeira is a beautiful place, just like the rest of the Algarve for tourism. So, cost of living and other things, other than your rent, of course. My car insurance, and granted I have a little car here, is $36 US a month, right? Unbelievable. My health care, now you have 2 choices. You can go completely free, which is public, and I have neighbors that live in a stunning villa that go get the public health care because they're very healthy. They wait a while, but they say it's quality healthcare. I can't do that for all of my issues. I'm on the public or the private system, and I pay $200 a month. I'm over 65. It went up at that point. And for $200 a month versus $1,800 that I was paying in California, it is incredible. My cell phone, I kept my American cell, but you can get a Portuguese cell for $20 a month on the plan. Unbelievable cost of living here. And you can live, frankly, I live in this amazing villa on a golf course. And of course, I have a gardener and all the things that come with that, and a pool guy, and I pay the monthly fees we would call HOA and all of that. And still, you can live like that for about $7,300 a month. Or you can live on your Social Security here. You might not live in Albufeira on your Social Security, but you can live a little north of here, kind of away from the beach, and you'll find a way to make it happen and still live really, really well. The cost of living here is extraordinary. And my final point on living in Albufeira is I put all those numbers together, the rent and all your other costs. You can live in this stunning area for $3,000 a month in Albufeira in a one-bedroom apartment. What a deal, right? Beautiful place to live. And finally, let's talk about the outdoor lifestyle you can live here, right? People forget dining outside. I'm from Michigan, so dining outside every day is this amazing miracle that happens. It is so beautiful on the terrace. Pretty much, probably 10 months of the year I can eat outside, which is big. But also, when you're this close in Albufeira, you're close to dolphin tours and kayaking and beach. It's easy to go walk on the beach any day. There's all of these cliffs. The Algarve is filled with cliff after cliff with boardwalks, and you can just see stunning scenery like this behind me every day of your life. I'm 15 minutes from this place called Ponte Piedad that I walk on the boardwalk, and it's almost spiritual, frankly, to walk in a place like that. I called my girlfriend after I was there the first year after that walk and said, I feel like the barnacles are breaking off my soul. It's just such a beautiful way of life. And you can live the outdoor life, but you can also live a life that is filled with kind of whatever you want. Every week there are festivals. There's the Sausage Festival, one of my favorites, the Sweet Potato Festival. There's the Orange Festival, and it's not just all food, although I like those festivals. There are markets, farmers markets every week. I'm in a little organization that puts on a monthly dinner, and we have a road rally, and I teach Hawaiian dancing at the luau we do every year, and we have wine tastings. And honestly, there's as much to do here. You can live the life of Riley and sit back in the sun, or you can be out. I volunteer a couple of days a week for a stunning organization called Madrugada that we help hospice patients. I volunteer in their retail stores. So kind of everything you want in life. It's hard to believe here in little Portugal, in this microcosm and in Albufeira, but you can really craft the life you want for yourself. Whatever you want, honestly, you'll find it here. So I'll put all that back together, right? It's the climate. Why you want to live in Albufeira on the Algarve? The climate is incredible. The food, delectable. You'll love it. Quality of life, safe. It's fantastic. An outdoor lifestyle. You want to live just on a beach. You want to do these fabulous walks every day. And finally, cost of living. You can do all of that for so much less.